Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. This is biology session, animal tissues part 5. So in the last class we have studied about the muscular tissue, the types of muscles and their functions. In this video we are going to discuss some more about the involuntary muscles. The muscles are classified into how many types? Two types. What are they? Voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. What are voluntary muscles? The muscles which work on our will and wish. Such muscles are called voluntary muscles. What are involuntary muscles? The muscles which cannot work, which cannot be under our control, which can work on their own. Such muscles are called involuntary muscles. Can you give examples, children? Voluntary muscles. All skeletal muscles are voluntary muscles. Involuntary muscles, the muscles which are present in the internal organs such as heart, lungs, intestine, they are involuntary muscles. Let us proceed. Muscle tissue. The movement of the foot in alimentary canal or contraction and relaxation of blood vessels are involuntary. Okay, here two actions are given. The movement of the foot in the alimentary canal, that is what do you call that movement? Peristalsis. It is an involuntary. And the contraction and relaxation of the blood vessels, automatically it is taking place. Okay, it is also involuntary. The smooth muscles or involuntary muscles control such type of movements. What are they? Like movement of foot in the alimentary canal and movement of blood, the relaxation, contraction of the blood vessels. Okay, so they are also found in the iris of the eye, in the uterus, and in the bronchi of lungs. Okay, in the lungs also, bronchi. Okay, the trachea, which is divided into bronchi, and these bronchi divide into bronchioles and enters into the lungs. The bronchi of the lungs, they contain some smooth muscles. The cells are long with pointed ends and have a single nucleus. Structure of involuntary muscle or smooth muscle. Okay, they are also called unstriated muscles. Okay, see for example here the stomach, the smooth muscles are present. See, they are spindle shaped, the single nucleus without any striations. Such muscles are called non-striated muscles or smooth muscles. Next, cardiac muscle. The muscles present in the heart are responsible for pumping of blood. The cells are long branched and have nuclei. The cells are joined to each other by each other at their ends. The intercalated discs are present. All the muscle cells in the cardiac muscles have striations. Though it resembles the striated in its structure, it is involuntary muscle. You see the heart, the cardiac muscle moves blood and maintains blood pressure. See the cardiac muscle cells, intercalated discs are present, striations are present just like the skeletal muscles, nuclei are present. Okay, so it is a heart muscle which is involuntary or smooth muscle. And the last tissue among the animal tissues, nerve tissue. Okay, total animal tissues are how many? 4. Epithelial tissues, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and the nervous tissue or nerve tissue. If you put your finger in a glass of hot water, how do you feel? You feel hot and you immediately remove your finger. How would you know that water is hot or cooled? How would you know the water is hot or cold? by touching it, by feeling it. When you touch it, you feel, isn't it? So if you put your leg on a sharp edged stone while walking, how do you feel? You feel pain. Or when you are walking, you come across a thorn. When you are walking on a bare feet, or during summer on bare feet, when you put your leg on a stone, you feel very hot. Immediately you remove your leg or wear chappal, isn't it? The feelings like the above situations is because of the specialized mechanism in our body. Okay, do you accept it? Definitely. It works like electric current passing through wires. Brain, spinal cord, and nerves play an active role in this mechanism. Okay, this is called reflex mechanism. Okay, when a sharp light fall on your eyes, immediately we close our eyelids, isn't it? Okay, when you touch a sharp object, immediately we remove our hand. When you touch a hard object, we remove our hand. Okay, these are all related to one mechanism which is under the control of brain spinal cord. Okay, so there are sense organs. There are several sense organs are there, out of which how many sense organs? 5 main sense organs. What are they? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. The skin is the most important sense organ. It is a versatile organ, performs many functions. Okay, so skin is having several layers. We studied in the epidermal tissue. We studied under the epithelial tissue. So epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis, 3 layers are present in the skin. It is made up of different types of the dermis layer contains many receptor cells. The receptors for the pain, Pacinian corpuscles, which senses the pressure. Pressure receptors are called Pacinian corpuscles. And nociceptors, they sense the pain receptors. Then Meissner's corpuscles, they sense the touch, or tactile receptors they are called. And heat and cold receptors are present, they are called thermoreceptors. Okay, so all the different see here, sunlight very hot we feel. Okay, here with sharp object, when it is prickled we feel pain. Okay, when it is pain, these Pacinian corpuscles will detect, nociceptors will detect the pain, and pressure detected by Pacinian corpuscles, and touch, this is the Meissner's corpuscles, senses the touch, and heat and cold, these thermoreceptors will detect. These receptors are connected with the neurons. The neurons will carry that message to the concerned main organs, brain and spinal cord. Okay, so nervous tissue maintain is very important tissue. One activity is given: collect the slide of nerve cell from the slide box from your school laboratory, then observe these under the microscope, write your findings. The nerve cells are the only cells in the body which do not have the ability of regeneration. Regeneration means cell division. So that ability is not there for nerve cells. The number is constant. So these are very specialized cells. No two neurons or nerve cells in the nervous system have similar appearance. The cells of nervous system are highly specialized for transmitting the stimulus very rapidly from one place to another within the body. Okay, this is the nerve cell. A typical nerve cell possesses two important structures: the cell body and axon. So the cell body consisting of several branched projections, they are called dendrites. Okay, and long projection without branches, it is called axon. This axon consisting of special cells called Schwann cells, which secrete myelin sheath, and there is some gaps are present in the myelin sheath. It is called node of Ranvier, and the axon is ended in the terminals. They are called nerve terminals or axon terminals. Okay, that is the structure. So continuation of this activity, we can identify three distinct parts in the nerve cells. They are cell body or cyton, axon, and dendrites. The cell body or cyton has a large nucleus and cytoplasm. The cytoplasm possesses several granules called Nessel substance or Nessel granules. This is the difference between the cytoplasm of axon and cyton. Nessel granules are present in the cytoplasm of cell body. They are absent in the cytoplasm of axon. There are some projections arising from the cell body. These are called dendrites. Okay, see here the image given in the textbook. These are the dendrites, the projections from the soma or cell body. It possesses nucleus and it possesses granular cytoplasm. That granules are called Nessel granules, which are present in the cytoplasm of a cell body. Next, it possesses a myelin sheath. The Schwann cells produce this myelin sheath. It has some gaps. It is called Ranvier's node. And the long projection without branches, it is called axon. Axon ends in the nerve terminals. Okay. Further, the dendrites are sharp branched more in number compared to axon. One projection of the cyton is somewhat longer than remaining projections. This is called axon. Some nerve cells have axon covered with a sheath like structure called a myelin sheath. If that myelin sheath is present, it is called myelinated axons or myelinated neurons. If it is absent, unmyelinated or non-myelinated neurons. So especially that myelin sheath helps in the effective nerve transmission. It prevents the leakage of the electrical impulse. Okay, nodes, some gaps are present in that myelin sheath. They are called nodes of Ranvier or Ranvier nodes. The axon of the nerve cell is connected with the dendrites of nearby nerve cell. Okay, so these nerve cells are connected to each other and form nerve fibers. Okay, or nerves. What are nerves? Nerves are nothing but they are formed by these neurons. Okay, axon of the nerve cell is connected with the dendrites of a nearby nerve cell to frame web-like structure throughout the body. Okay, there are different types of neurons. For example, if no dendrites, then only one dendrite unipolar, the cell body is present, only axon is present. Bipolar, 2. Okay, multipolar, several dendrites are present, and pseudo unipolar. Okay, these are the different types of neurons seen in the vertebrates brain. Okay, from fishes to mammals. Nerve transmission. How the nerve transmission occur? It is also called nerve impulse. Nerve impulse. Nerve impulse is an electrical phenomenon that occurs because of a difference in the electrical charge across the plasma membrane of a neuron. So especially the ions like sodium, potassium and chloride ions, the difference in that movement of these ions through the plasma membrane of the neuron will create some electrical impulses. It is called nerve impulse. The action potential travels rapidly down the neuron's axon as an electrical current. Okay, so a nerve impulse is transmitted to another cell at either an electrical or a chemical synapse. See here, these are the dendrites, and these are all axon, hillock. The electrical direction, the signal of electrical impulse will pass from axon to the dendrites of another neuron. So dendrites receive the impulses, and axon nerve terminals help in the transmission of nerve impulses. Okay, there is a gap between the effector organ and the nerve terminals. So there is a small gap is present. So that gap is called synapse. That gap is called synapse. So this synapse help in effective nerve transmission. Okay, that effector may be another neuron, or it may be the tissue. Okay. Okay, children, this is about the animal tissues. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.